We all want someone to love.
There you are. We did have instant chemistry.
It's awesome.
But you've never seen love like this before.
Age playing makes us stronger as a couple.
Provocative.
Daly and I have always been polyamorous, vampires.
Eye-opening.
To see Monica getting bigger just makes me feel proud.
Outrageous.
I'm wired towards older women.
Proving there's always someone for everyone.
This is the woman of my dreams.
Hi.
Or something.
Love you, Vanilla. So sexy.
This is Extreme Love Stories. On this episode, we meet the little man in the big city who gets carried away when it comes to this woman.
I'm in such good hands and good spirit.
They say two's company, but three's a crowd. Can this loving triad overcome jealousy before their family expands?
I just feel like bummed that I can't be there.
Then the woman who has more orgasms in a day than most people have in months.
When I'm not having an orgasm, it's pretty much just being on the verge of orgasm.
And later, meet the glamorous granny whose toy boys don't meet her daughter's approval.
Please don't send me a willy picture. I've had so many willy pictures.
But first, brace yourself.
You want to try harder next time?
Yes, miss.
Good. Now, stand up. Get back down there.
Happily married Tash is at her happiest when she's got a paddle in her hand and a slave between her legs.
Not thirsty? Okay.
But that's not her husband in the gimp mask. Her other half, Aiden, is actually next door. And he can hear... well, everything. But it wasn't always this way.
I was born and raised in Toronto, had a pretty normal upbringing. I got bored, decided to move to London, just hopped on a plane and moved here when I was 20. But it was really hard to, just meet people in a completely new country. And then all of a sudden, I just met Aiden.
What are you doing, baby?
I just went out to London, thought I'd go and see some friends, but those friends bailed on me, and I ended up meeting her.
We just kind of clicked right away, and I'm very high-strung, dominant type A personality, and all of a sudden I just felt like this was somebody I could very happily sit in complete silence with.
We complement each other very, very well.
Like, when somebody is your soulmate.
The couple tied the knot after just a year of dating, but not long after vowing in sickness and in health, they had some news that would change their lives forever.
He first started getting sick a little bit after we got married, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. He ended up having a stroke and a non-epileptic seizure.
I've got very severe weakness and pain on my entire left side of my body. After a lot of strenuous activity, it's very painful and I get very weak. It took me a very long time to stop working. It took Tasha, my bosses, and my medical professionals to all tell me you can't just keep pushing yourself because you just feel guilty and not be able to provide something for your wife. And then I thought, oh God, what are we going to do? Because Tasha couldn't sustain us on, a fashion worker's salary.
Facing financial ruin, Tash took drastic action, switching her career in fashion for hardcore thrashing.
Come on.
For Tash, the world of the dominatrix was never an alien one.
I grew up with my dad doing fetish photography, for like newspapers and stuff. And my primary school was next to a strip club.
Tash, or Mistress Kakino, depending on which end of the whip you're on, has been taking care of Aiden by taking care of her clients for almost 5 years.
So I said, listen, you rest, you relax, you try to get better. And I started advertising for sessions, and from there, I started my business.
When Tash says business, she means it.
I like whipping, spanking, flogging. If you want to cause them a little pain on their bottom, this works great. I've got loads of vibrators, loads of dildos, butt plugs. I've got my ball crusher. You put the testicles through there and they kind of
go behind the legs.
But listening to your wife administer pleasure and pain through a paper-thin wall isn't easy. And Aiden worries that Tash might become attracted to one of her clients.
Cheating's a very relative thing.
You haven't cheated on me, have you?
She may have kept her vow of in sickness and in health, but has Tash forsaken all others? From a world of sex dungeons and dildos to the Sunshine State, where Amanda and Stu seem, on the surface, to be living a pure young love.
Me and Stu met through an online dating service.
And guess what?
What?
I love you.
I love you.
I love you more.
I love you.
We decided to meet up in person, and from there, I guess you could say it was love at first sight.
They've been together for 7 months, and while they're enjoying the honeymoon period of their relationship, there's something that Amanda certainly doesn't love.
I would say how many orgasms I have a day would be about 50 or more. And when I'm not having an orgasm, it's pretty much just being on the verge.
But Amanda's orgasms aren't thanks to a steamy sex life. She's got a medical condition called persistent genital arousal disorder, which means she's almost always experiencing unwanted stimulation.
A lot of things can trigger it. Vibrations can trigger it. If I'm at a concert and I'm near speakers, loud vibration bass will trigger it.
Amanda's rare condition most commonly affects women and develops in adolescence. Her orgasms can happen anytime, anywhere.
Need a moment?
Sorry.
You might think this sounds like the sort of condition you'd like, but as they say, too much of a good thing.
I think I'm missing out on a lot in life because of my condition. Not everyone goes through the embarrassment of being in a room full of strangers who don't know what's going on.
The condition has no known cure, and for Amanda, telling Stu was a big step.
I would say it was hard for her to trust me at first.
I told him through a Skype session. I thought, he was gonna be laughing at first or making fun or something like that. So I was really scared because I didn't know how he was gonna take it. And that was kinda the deal maker there, if he couldn't handle it or not.
I'll be all right. Once she saw that I was like a sincere person and that I was caring and I was there for her, then it wasn't hard at all.
The couple have gone on to enjoy their sex life despite Amanda's condition.
I wouldn't say it made my sex life difficult. That it wasn't difficult because it was normal.
Outside the bedroom, Stu plays a big part in helping Amanda cope with her symptoms.
If it's really bad, I'll hold her tight to my chest and just tell her that I'm here for her.
Although there's no cure, Amanda's been seeking treatment to help manage the symptoms. Today, her mum Cynthia has come over with her latest prescription.
I'm good.
I felt very bad to not be able to help her. That's when we started researching some doctors, trying to find someone that knew something about it. It's just a wealth of information that we're getting. I'm still reading the material that we are receiving from these doctors and still researching.
As well as the medication, Cynthia has noticed the effect Stu has had on her daughter.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
It's refreshing to see how much she's changed in her behavior. And just her demeanor has totally changed to very bright and sunny and hopeful.
It'll get okay. It'll be all right, baby.
Amanda's doctor has also made practical suggestions to help her. But one requirement in particular is going to be a big test for this new couple.
Once finding out that I was in a relationship and living with this disorder, he recommended for us to pretty much no sex at all until the treatment is really taken care of and done with.
As far as the sex ban goes, it's kind of hard to cope with.
We leave new lovers Amanda and Stu and head over to happily married couple Buddy and Rose, who were childhood sweethearts.
I knew Rose from high school, and we met in freshman year and dated in college.
We got engaged in 2010. It was a small backyard wedding at his parents' house. I was pregnant with Owen, so we didn't spend a lot, but it was really nice.
But their relationship was in for a dramatic change that most married couples wouldn't dream of when Rose got back in touch with an old female flame.
They had dated for like off and on for about a year, I think.
I looked up Lauren on Facebook just to see like how she was doing. And we met up and just started hanging out as friends.
None of us were looking for a relationship. Yeah. It just turned into a relationship where it just worked out with all three of us being together.
Rose and I had both kind of talked about sexually, like, you know, having a threesome with someone, you know, and we met Lauren and we liked her. It was never like, oh, Rose, let's bring another woman into our life. But once we met Lauren and, you know, kind of fell in love, and Rose and I thought it was cool, and we all, you know, here we are. We just, it's pretty fun.
So what started as casual fun developed into a polyamorous family of 3 adults and their children. Buddy has 3 boys with Rose and a 3-year-old son with Lauren.
One of the best things is, you know, Rose doesn't have to work because Lauren works. And so Lauren and I together have 2 incomes, which financially it's great. You know, we take care of the bills, no problem, and have someone to watch the boys while we're at work. So it works out that way.
But while their family has grown since Lauren joined, they're not planning to add anyone else to the bedroom.
We're closed, which means it's just us 3 and everything is pretty much equal.
And as you might imagine, 3 seems to be the magic number in the bedroom.
The questions is always, how's the sex? And it's like, well, you've seen pornos with threesomes, so obviously it's great.
It definitely made my sex life better with Rose, and bringing Lauren in, it's great.
We don't have like a schedule for when we're gonna have sex. It's always like spur of the moment. When we do, it's always the 3 of us. It probably starts with like me and Rose. Then Buddy joins in. I think he gets like the best because he's got 2 women, but then we all have it good because I can decide how we want to switch around and what we want to do in the bedroom. It's never boring. Yeah. It's definitely exciting.
But even after 4 years, it's sometimes hard for Rose to see her girlfriend hooking up with her husband.
I think my biggest thing is when they get to go do something together and I'm not there, I'm like, I just feel like bummed that I can't be there.
Rose and Buddy usually always ride in the car together. I don't ever usually get one of them with me when I'm driving. They're usually always together. One of them could come with me sometimes. My only time that I'm like, it'd be nice to have one of them next to me. I mean, some jealousy. I think Buddy feels it the most. I don't know why he does, but he feels torn, like he has to go to me or to Rose, and his preference. He's like, I have to juggle 2 women, but he feels that he needs to give Rose more affection because that's his wife. There's some jealousy sometimes.
And there's news that'll definitely heighten the tensions.
Lauren and I always wanted to have another kid. Now we're having another one.
I think with the pregnancy, we spent a lot of time like rubbing my belly and feeling the baby. He needs to give me more affection because I'm pregnant. And I think Rose seeing that caused a little jealousy.
Will this trio be able to iron out their differences before baby number 5 comes along? In Enfield, England, glamorous Granny Gaynor has swapped life as a wife for something altogether more extreme.
Oh, well, I've been married twice, so 2 husbands. Both of them are not very good choices, but anyway, I enjoy lots of different things. And most recently, since my divorce, I've really enjoyed being, I nearly said young, free and single, but actually that's all right. Slightly older, free and single.
Gaynor's making the most of being an older single lady, and she slept with more young men in the last 5 years than in the whole of her life.
I always like to keep a little flow going. I Tinder and Toyboy Warehouse. So I've spoken to 2 new ones this week. And that's what I do. I wait for the messages to come in, and then I look at the messages. Look, I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 since I last looked. A Johnny, a Thomas, an Escobar, a Brian.
Gaynor's a woman who knows exactly what she wants.
About 25 to 35, ideally. Well, look at older and a bit younger. So one of the guys I've been speaking to today is 22 this week. And I thought, it's a bit young, but he was very sweet.
And what she doesn't want.
I only exchange pictures with me with clothes on, A lot of people don't. I get asked all the time for the ones without the clothes, but as if they think I'm that stupid, I'm not doing that. You have to tell them, and please don't send me a willy picture. I've had so many willy pictures. It's just... I have tried to date older men. When I first was newly single, I did go and sort of see a couple of older guys, but mostly they had baggage, so it was like, you know, ex-wives or even still wives, or you know, a lot of them still married.
Out and about, she's not short of admirers, as wingwoman Amanda knows all too well.
Men are just instinctively attracted to Gaynor because I think she's got that sense of fun, she's really approachable. She makes time for people.
How many Toyboys have I had? Now, that's an interesting question. Probably on the spot, why don't you? I don't know. I'd probably frighten myself if I actually counted them. I probably dated 100, at least.
Nice work, Gaynor.
This is my friend Rob, who is really gorgeous, but unfortunately he's wearing a jumper tonight, so I'm going to see if we can get him to take his jumper off. You've got even bigger than you had before. Oh my God!
They're a little bit in awe of you, actually. They give it a lot of good oh, wait till I meet you, you know, I'm going to do this and do that. And then they're like little lambs when you meet them.
And any lucky lad who goes home with this granny is in for one hell of a night.
I always liked sex, but I thought you had to have a relationship, and I was so wrong. And I actually found that my sexuality developed as I got older. Older women can offer great sexual experience. They just want to enjoy you.
As Gaynor's girls' night gets underway, it's not long before she's casting a spell on yet another young man. But instead of supporting her mum's next conquest, her daughter Laura's a bit of a killjoy.
You know, what's in it for them? What's in it for her?
Will she try to talk her mum out of her Toyboy ways?
Is it a bet for them with their friends? Is it a bit of a joke? Is it like to say that they've done, you know, like a bucket list, you know, they've done that, can brag to their friends?
While Gaynor's exploring her sexuality to its fullest extent, in Clearwater, Florida, Amanda is trying to take her mind off a debilitating medical condition that means she has as many as 50 unwanted orgasms a day.
It makes me extremely exhausted. I just feel zombified. I just call it a beast. Just trying to actually handle that beast it's pretty intense.
Sometimes for Amanda, the best way to distract herself is a little retail therapy with friend Monique. But even a car ride to the shops can set off what Amanda calls her tics.
Going through the vibrations going through the car, just from the road, I could feel it onsetting my tics.
It's clear to Monique that Amanda's unwanted orgasms are anything but pleasurable.
I have seen a tic before, and the tics is more like she'll kind of go in a corner, hold herself, or sometimes she'll put her head down. Sometimes she'll just scream with frustration. So, yeah, like I kind of figured maybe it was pain.
Back home, Amanda and her boyfriend Stu are adjusting to a life without sex. The couple haven't taken a vow of celibacy. They've been ordered to abstain by Amanda's doctor while her treatment is ongoing. But it's taken its toll on their relationship.
This disorder is so intense, like the last thing I would want to do is put somebody else through it. And on top of that, the last thing I would think is that anyone would deal with it themselves.
As far as the sex ban goes, I think it's kind of hard to cope with.
Stu isn't a big fan of his lack of loving, but neither is Amanda.
Stuart's really been holding me back as far as the intimacy goes. He's just been handling the situation extremely well. He actually has to remind me often that we're not allowed to do anything. I happen to forget sometimes and get a sense of arousal and want things to go further. He'll totally just misdirect the whole situation. Like, he'll put on a movie.
So how does Stu manage to get through each day dealing with Amanda's condition and no sex?
I mean, I realize that You know, it's important to her health that she doesn't do this, so I've been able to abstain as well as her. She's generally a beautiful person. I don't even look at the condition anymore.
And they've been making big plans for their future.
This place is nice. We will be moving in with each other soon, and once that happens, we will just be closer with each other as opposed to where we're at with our relationship now.
I appreciate you, thank you.
I've always been happy and hopeful for my future with Amanda because I have not seen her condition as much of a barrier between us. I love her for who she is.
I will most definitely be having sex with my boyfriend again, but until then.
For now, Amanda and Stu will just have to stay hopeful and be patient. In London, Aiden's been left wondering if his dominatrix wife has crossed a line with her clients.
You haven't cheated on me, have you?
Not even like a possibility in my mind. Aiden and I kind of see it as like if you're like a gynecologist or like you're a doctor. It's their job. They have to look at these things, they have to see these things, they have to touch these things all day. The doctor's not getting excited about it. I mean, the patient might be, I don't know, who knows?
But unlike most gynecologists, Tash sees her clients in her living room, meaning husband Aiden can't help but overhear.
What the fuck is this?
Tissue.
Huh?
Tissue.
The fuck, do you not know how to wipe properly? Oh, you do have sensitive nipples, don't you?
When people think of this stuff, they think it's very serious, kind of very highbrow, kind of very brutal. Whereas there's quite a sense of humour about it. A lot of it is being quite self-deprecating.
Isn't that pretty, Slade?
I am now on the other side of the wall. But I guess they worry that, you know, if someone else is listening, they're going to be judging them.
Hands behind your back.
I don't judge. Yeah, that's not what I'm there for.
Thank you, Mistress.
It's almost like my clients are like my little guinea pigs. See them get excited and you use that against them. You use that to manipulate them. You want to try harder next time?
Yes, miss.
Good.
It's not always obvious to see where the line between dominatrix ends and wife begins.
Tash does put on a character when she goes to Mistress Kakino.
No.
I say you do. I say it's very detached.
Okay, babes, don't say that because, no, it's not detached. It's a different facet of who I am. I have always been the way I am. I have always been dominant. I've always been strong.
Yeah,
and
but you take it and you turn it into a character.
I don't use the word character because character makes me look fake.
No, it's not fake at all, it's genuine.
No, it's not though. Don't use the character makes it seem fake though, darling. Do you know what I mean? Like character makes it seem fake. It's not. It's not a character. It's another facet of who I am.
Okay, that's at least how I see it.
Well, this is how I see it because it's me.
While her session might be over, Tash's tough talking side is still in full force around the house.
Turn that thing off. It's a fucking racket, darling. Nobody wants to hear.
You said you wanted to play a bit. You said you wanted me to play a bit.
No, I said sit on the sofa and fluff up the pillows. Fucking useless. There's a sad-looking sofa.
On top of his wife's domineering ways, Tash's career has put an even bigger strain on Aiden.
My dad said he was going to cut me out of inheritance unless I divorce her. And he hasn't spoken to me since.
Can their marriage survive an impossible ultimatum? In San Diego, polyamorous Rose didn't have to choose between her husband and ex-girlfriend. What started as part-time friends with benefits led to a life as full-time lovers.
For me, I have a guy and a girl. That was something that was really nice.
3 adults to the 4 kids. There's definitely more hands on deck.
We don't have to hire anybody to watch the kids.
But since girlfriend Lauren got pregnant, the Triad are finding it difficult to balance feelings of jealousy.
But I think it's because they were married prior to having me come into the relationship. So they get jealous if, like, one's more affectionate with me.
With 2 women, it's definitely twice as much disagreements.
There's the face.
Mm-hmm.
The baby's like doing yoga now.
Flipping around inside, yeah.
Totally.
But all disagreements are on hold today as the family has come to find out the gender of their 5th child.
We're all really excited because we were hoping for a girl. This one's a girl. I won't be done. But if it's a boy, try for another girl.
Pink light up top, it goes all the way around the room. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at pink for a girl or blue for a boy. All right, you guys. You can yell it out when I stop it. You can say girl or boy, okay? 1, 2, 4.
Looks like Lauren's gonna have to try again for a girl. But as Lauren and Buddy work, it's Rose who looks after the kids. So how will she feel about baby number 6?
Having 2 babies is crazy because we got the older boys. It's tiring. I'm done. Lauren, she probably wants more, but I'm like, after 5, I'm good.
With the number of kids still very much up for debate, the trio are focusing on a bold new step to help legally solidify their family.
We're trying for a step-parent adoption, but it's going to be a 3-parent adoption, which the 3-parent adoption hasn't been done in California. And we just filed the paperwork, so now we're just waiting for like the court date.
And the Triad are determined to quash jealousy and build a happy future together.
It's just like reassuring going up to the other person and being like, hey, well, come over here then. Like, come hug us too. And then, you know, then it's okay. I said it earlier, I don't love one more than the other.
Good. I feel the same.
My love for you is mutual, it's equal. I love Buddy just as much as I love Rose.
So 3 isn't a crowd after all. Over in England, glamorous granny gainers attracted a crowd of young, virile men. But her Toyboy obsession almost pushed her 37-year-old daughter Laura to breaking point.
I was worried about how it came across to other people because, you know, she'd come out of obviously 2 marriages and I didn't want her to sort of be made a fool out of. I didn't want her to embarrass herself. I was, I suppose, a little bit just thinking, you know, what's in it for them? What's in it for her?
Younger men have got stamina, drive, enthusiasm, are able to repeat, perform. It's such good fun. Why would I want to settle down? Who wants to settle down? Been there, done that.
What made me change my mind, she's not actually doing anyone any harm. She's an adult, they're adults at the end of the day, and they're just having fun.
Just think you've got to take life every day, and it's about learning to dance in the rain and not hiding from the storm, because that's the only way you can live.
Having seen how happy a younger chap makes her mum, Gainer's daughter now sees her as a role model.
Who knows, I might end up following in my mum's footsteps. Who knows where I'll be in 20 years' time.
Even though her sex life has given her a new lease on life, Gainer's not in a rush to walk down the aisle again.
Long term, I'm realistic. You might borrow them for a little while, but you're not realistically going to keep hold of them in the real world. And you have to keep your feet on the ground, even if you have got your legs in the air.
True words of wisdom from Granny Gainer. With her slave well and truly satisfied, there's only one thing for Dominatrix Tash to do: clean her sex toys.
I am polishing a dildo.
Yes, indeed you are, darling.
Well, sad,
You dropped your dildo on the floor.
And while she doesn't use her devices on hubby Aiden, he's found a musical use for one of her vibrators.
We also have a vibrator, but specific only for the guitar. Unpack it.
Oh, shoot, is it this one?
That's the one. Oh, I'll have to demonstrate that.
I did use this earlier, I'm really sorry.
I hate you. Did you really?
Yeah.
You asshat. I don't want orifice juice all over my guitar string.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
Sadly, it doesn't look like Aiden will be serenading Tash today. While Tash might let her work spill over into her home life, that isn't the only way her career affects her husband.
Aiden's mum doesn't like me. I think she just thought that I was, like, taking her son away from her.
The dominatrix thing's kind of pushed her over the edge, though, 'cause she's a staunch Christian.
I tried to be as open with everybody in my life about what I do, but we didn't tell Aiden's mum. She just kind of found it one day and then started, like, trolling my Twitter and sending him, like, screenshots of my Twitter. And I would have fun because I knew she was watching, so I would post things that would set her off. You know, like, do you want me to sit on your face or do you want me to smother you with my breasts? And I knew she was watching and I knew it would drive her crazy.
There's a lot of conflict and drama when we're staying with my family. This one evening, it just blew up.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't come back to my house ever again. And
You're not allowed within like 100 feet of the house. Like, what?
Relations between Tash and her mother-in-law reached an all-time low recently.
Tash was really panicking about it. She'd given me this ultimatum, like saying, look, just come back in the car with me. We'll go back to Cambridge and just leave Tasha
I'll
here.
get you away from your... She also thought that I would regularly beat him for fun. But
she's got best intentions, but...
Dude, don't perpetuate that.
Yeah,
Don't perpetuate that. Don't go into this whole, like, this image of what your mom thinks you are just because, you know, it just drives me crazy, sorry.
As Aiden's ongoing illness has left him with weakness and chronic pain, he's not able to work. But that doesn't mean Tash is going to go easy on him.
Take her outside right now.
What did she do?
Right now.
What did she do?
Right now.
What did she do?
She's crapped on the kitchen floor.
On the floor?
Yes.
Well, you should have taken her out then. We have to go poopies outside.
Can you take this downstairs to the bin, please?
I've got a dog in my hand. Can you come down with me? You fucking suck.
Tash might have become a dominatrix to care for Aiden, but is he starting to wonder if he's the one who sacrificed the most? As it becomes clear, it's not just his mum who's got a problem with Tash.
My dad said he was going to cut me out of inheritance unless I divorce her. And he hasn't spoken to me since. In the moment, it's having to choose between the family I have now and the family I had back then.
While Tash loses her patience in London, in Manhattan, Sergio is waiting for a very special lady to arrive.
Once, could she come on time? Just for once.
Showing the kind of patience that New Yorkers are famous for.
Amanda, she has the right curves. She's curved everywhere. She has this very sexy walk. But most of all is her smile. She just lights up the room that you're in.
My new top for Sergio. I think he'll like it.
But Amanda is worth the wait.
There you are.
What do you expect?
How long you been? Oh, baby.
I'm late. How are you?
How beautiful is that?
This pairing is no accident. Sergio found Amanda online when he was looking for his very own Amazon.
I don't call them dates. This would be more of a session. I don't know if Sergio would call it a session.
I could spend maybe up to $400, spend time with them. It's not the cost or the monetary figure, it's the value of the time that's spent with them. You know, that means more to me, and there's no price on that.
At 6'3" and 6'9" in heels, Amanda makes her entire living from making men like 5'3" Sergio feel small.
Being a professional Amazon is definitely not your typical job. I basically get paid using my natural God-gifted assets. I do everything from lifting, carrying, smothering, wrestling, and just walking in public with people.
They might be going for a stroll in the park today, but Sergio and Amanda don't just hold hands.
I like to be manhandled. I just like the physical of an Amazon woman, the overpowering myself.
Smothering, carrying, and wrestling are all good fun, but there's a line even this powerful Amazon won't dare cross.
There is absolutely no nudity, no sex, no release, nothing of the, many would say, oh, you're a prostitute or you're an escort. Quite opposite, actually.
Out and about, the couple certainly turn heads.
She's too big for him.
Yeah, like, how does that work?
Like, even in the bedroom, come on now. Like, he would have to be on top all the time. Come on. That's not fair.
And how does she feel about being seen in public with the petite Sergio?
I get enough attention when I walk just myself, but when you add the complete size and height difference, it magnifies it by 10. So, people are looking and watching, but it's live. Okay, I kind of like it. A lot.
For Sergio, one of the things he loves the most about Amanda is the attention she commands.
It's more like a feeding my ego also at times, that when other men look at me and they see me with a tall, beautiful woman, deep down in their heart, they want to be in my position, and I love that.
It wasn't always easy for Amanda to accept her size.
Growing up, I was bullied for my height, I was bullied for my size, I was bullied for my big feet and thighs and legs, and now I smother and crush with my ass. I love my legs, so I'm kind of laughing all the way to the bank.
Having embraced her stature, Amanda's certainly not short of admirers.
She's hot like a potato and sexy like a taxi.
But is her love life head and shoulders above the rest?
Oh my God, dating sucks. Which is ironic because people would think that I have a choice of men. However, it's not me that the large majority are interested in. A large majority are interested in a fetish.
Okay, nice. That's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Even though she's not planning to settle down with Sergio, he doesn't feel shortchanged.
God bless you. I get a feeling excitement when I'm around her. I feel inner joy. I'm very comfortable. Right now, I'm in such good hands and good spirit.
That's love.
Honey, I deserve that.
Let's go.
And she carries me away.
Getting swept off your feet in New York. It would only be more romantic if it were free. In London, Dominatrix Tash is indulging an online customer's fetish.
Tell me what your deepest, darkest fantasy is. Get yourself all nice and messed up for me.
While Aiden's outside after a heated argument.
Obviously, the situation's complicated, but it's just a little bit more difficult.
So begin touching yourself.
He's relied on Tash to support him with her dominatrix work since his stroke.
And having me control you. And having you do whatever the fuck I want.
When I got sick, she adopted that responsibility straight away. I still can't believe she did that.
I want your heart to feel like it's gonna burst out of your chest.
There's always food on the table, rent's always paid.
I'm gonna pimp you out, and I'm gonna take all the money you make for me.
She didn't know she was going to end up really liking this job.
And anybody can use and abuse you however they like, and use your ass. Keep touching yourself. Go on, slut.
Without Tashi, I'm not sure what my life would look like at this point. I'm not sure what I'd even be able to do, or whether I'd be able to live, or anything like that. You know, she does irritate me when Tashi's doing something that reminds her of my mother.
And being reminded of his mother is the last thing Aiden needs after she issued him with an ultimatum: leave Tash or lose her.
Being faced with having to choose between my wife and my family, yeah, still kind of hurts. She was a good mum. She always encouraged all of us to do what we wanted to do. Of course I love my mum.
Could it be he's picked his mum over his wife?
Hey. Yeah, that could be good. Love you too. Let's see you soon, babe. It's my own decision to make who I want to spend the rest of my life with.
He's arranged to meet Tash for a crisis talk. So is the dominatrix in for some pain?
Like, I gotta go soon because I have a session.
Either way, trying to talk to his wife when she's got one eye on the clock isn't going to be easy.
180. Hurry up, I don't have time.
It almost feels like we've lost absolutely everything. I've even had to effectively lose my family. I'm never going to have the same kind of relationship with him again. We always have to have a separate life. Because they just don't understand, you know, your job.
Doesn't make me a bad person for doing what I do.
No, of course you're not.
And I'm very lucky, because very, very, very few people in the world can do that. How has all the money I've made you happy?
Yeah.
How grateful are you
Say how grateful you are. Tell me how fucking grateful you are.
It seems like Tash can't quit her dominatrix ways, but can Aiden quit her?
Yes, but you still haven't answered the question of what do you appreciate that I do?
I appreciate that you've had to completely just pull a career out of nowhere just to keep us afloat. And everything kind of went wrong with my health and all the consequences of that. Obviously I feel guilty and I'm able to provide for you. Yeah, I hope you know how much I appreciate how much you've helped me.
With a few gentle reminders about what he owes her, Aiden's mind is made up.
Nothing is going to make me break up with you. Nothing to drive a wedge between us. I just feel that it's gone through all of our wedding vows already. Like it's sickness and absolute poverty. But that's not going to split us up. I don't think anything will.
It seems Tash and Aiden's bond runs deeper than family feuds and fiery fights.
Nothing is going to change my love for Tashi. I'm never going to leave her, and especially not going to leave her because of her job. Because if I had a problem with it, I would have made that very clear by now.
It's just nice to just do what I want, to be open, to say to hell with people if they don't care, because we love each other, we're very happy, we have a great relationship.
True love conquers all.